Welcome to FBB Forum. My name is David, and if you like this content, please be sure to follow my Instagram page and subscribe to the FBB Forum YouTube channel. And many thanks to all who follow me. I'm very pleased to welcome the beautiful IFBB Pro women's physique athlete, Katie Younger, back to the podcast for a third appearance. Hi, Katie.
Hi, thanks for having me back.
Thank you. You're welcome. So I first spoke with Katie back in March of 2023 for one of my first interviews, actually. And then she was one of my first in-person interviews at the Tampa Pro last year in August. So it's been about a year now. Katie is married and has three kids, including twins, and yet somehow maintains some of the best abs in the business, so it's pretty impressive. She is planning to compete later this summer, and so stay tuned to find out where she's going to grace the stage next. Welcome, Katie. It's great to have you here.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's good to see you again.
Good seeing you too, although we're not in Florida. I'm stuck in Ohio. This will do for now.
Oh, I know. It sounds like it's been pretty hot in Ohio too, kind of miserable.
Mid 90s, and it's nice and humid here. It's not much different from Florida, but
Oh, really?
it's been pretty miserable.
Oh, really? Yeah. It's been pretty damn hot and humid here, but yeah, you don't expect that in Ohio per se. So no. Oh man. So tell me which show you're prepping for now, or two shows actually. And I'm kind of betting you're kind of tired, but I know the fans are excited about you.
We are doing the Texas Pro and then the Maxfit the immediate week afterwards. So 4 and 5 weeks out from now.
And that the next fit is in Fort Walton Beach, Florida, right?
Yes.
Down in the Panhandle. Oh, that's
Hmm.
great. Yeah. Is that a Masters show?
It is. It
But
is. So there's my age. It'll be the Masters division, so that'll be
you're too
fun.
young to be in Masters
I don't know. The numbers lie, right? I say they
then.
lie.
Oh, what is your age?
I'll be 37 in a week and a half.
Oh wow,
So
so it's a 35 plus that they got. Oh, um, so they must have a 35 plus there at the
yes,
next
they
fit.
do.
Oh, that's awesome. Very cool. That's exciting about you competing there.
It is. Originally was going to do Texas and Legion, but there's 7 weeks in between, which is a decently long stretch in between, and just know.
So, in terms of Maxfit though, and adding that to your schedule,
Yeah, we decided to do that one instead of Legion just so it was a shorter window in between. Like I said, like my conditioning, we're on pace to bring something significantly better than last year. I mean, 4 weeks out today, I am already like levels above where I was last year, which is very exciting.
right?
So, we'll just have 1 week in between. And then for me personally, like I was telling you, like my daughter starts kindergarten the first day we get back from Florida from that show, and then my boys start preschool. And as a mom, like, I mean, I can balance it all. I can make it all work, but I want my focus. They're big steps. The boys start preschool. She starts kindergarten. Like, I want to be fully present for that. So,
Mhm.
having a show schedule that ends a little bit sooner is okay.
I think that's a great idea, and those are big milestones too. Yeah, you want to be
Yeah,
there for your kids for those. So
exactly.
yeah, that's so exciting though. Congrats on your on all three of your kids.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I think that Max Fit show is going to be really good. I don't think I know it's in Florida, but it's like the Panhandle is like really far from Tampa, so I don't think I'll be able to get
Yeah,
there.
Justin was talking about driving up, and he was like, "No, it's 7.5 hours." I was like, "FaceTime is fine. It will work." So,
Yeah, it is. It's far from the rest of the peninsula there, but yeah, no, that'll work for doing the FaceTime for sure.
yes.
I understand though. Yeah, he's in Florida too, isn't he?
Yeah. He is Jensen Beach, that area right near like the Raw and Revive gyms
Oh yeah, down. Yeah, that's
down
right. I
in
remember.
Stewart. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, Stewart. Yeah. Um, now, I was curious, when did you start your prep this year?
It'll be 20 weeks on show days. So I don't know, when was that? February?
Or
So a 20-week prep, 20, 21 weeks,
oh wow,
which
very
is
cool.
It's a good number, and, like, we start nice and gradual, and, Justin doesn't change a lot. It's, like, small variables, and he again, this is, like, my first we competed together last year, then we had off season, got food up really high, and, like, his changes have been so minimal and gradual, but my body has responded so beautifully, and, I mean, that is, like, a seamless style of off season and prep, so we're
Really?
really happy about it.
Yeah, you worked with Justin at the Legions last year, right? Is that correct?
With Tampa and Texas last year.
Oh, at Tampa and Texas. Oh, excuse
Yeah,
me. Yeah. Oh, very cool. That's awesome. Yeah, that's great. I'm glad that it worked out so good. So good for you. Sorry, I can't
yeah.
talk today.
It's
Um,
okay.
but yeah, but I bet with the prep and just being tired and chasing your kids, you're probably like glad for it to be done pretty soon. I bet.
Oh, like, the exhaustion has, like, just arrived, like, the last, like, week or 2.
Really?
Um, I mean, I've been pretty good, and I don't get real moody, I feel like I've told you this before, but I get, like, sad. Like, when I'm hungry, I don't get cranky, I don't get mean, I just get, like, just real depressed. I'm like, "I'm just hungry." But,
Uh-huh.
honestly, like, hunger has been manageable. Sleep kind of sucks, but it just comes with this part of prep, so
Yeah.
and and again, like, for me, bodybuilding is it's not an easy sport, but it's the easiest aspect of my life because I have control over it. I
Yeah.
know what I'm eating, I know what I need to do in the gym, I know what my cardio is. What my kids are gonna do in 5 minutes, I have no idea.
Yeah.
So, there's predictability, there's structure, and I love it. So it's a good fit for me.
That's awesome. And you're rocking the stage too. You always look amazing. So
Thank
yeah,
you.
you're welcome. Yeah. Now I was curious. Um, so those are the two shows you'll do this year. You're not planning on any more this year, are you?
No.
Oh, very cool. That's awesome. Um, now in terms of working with Justin, like what would you say makes him a great coach? Because I know it seems like you make great improvements to your physique in the past year.
Yeah. Um, Justin in general is just at his core, he is a quality human, and the way I coach my athletes, I want them to know I genuinely care and not just about how they look on stage, but like their health, that what's going on in their life outside of the sport. And that's how Justin is. Like, he doesn't push and probe for things, but he is always there. And, beyond that, more focused on the actual sport, he pays attention. Like, his check-ins are so thorough. It asks, digestion, sleep, like recovery, and it's so detailed that he can't not have all of that information and use it to your advantage. Like, during off season, like, my food got really high, but, like, when it got to the point where I was, like, miserable, he listened, we pulled back, and he's just so thorough, like, emotionally supportive, very intelligent with this. He never pushes the envelope in terms of, like, what could be a risk to our health, and as someone with children or just, like, a human, I appreciate that, like,
Mhm.
I wanna be healthy, I wanna be here for my kids, and
Mhm.
it just works with him.
That's terrific. No, that's great. No, and that's one thing I have noticed with some of his other athletes. It does seem like he really cares about his athletes and he's very attentive too. He doesn't and no, cookie cutter approach either.
Absolutely not, and he's so quick with responses, and, like, he uses, like, WhatsApp, so he'll have, like, your individual one, then we have a team one, so if he's traveling, he's always, like, real good about saying, like, "Hey, I'm traveling today, like, I'll get back to you guys within, the next 24 hours." Just
Mhm.
communication is so big in this sport, and you never wanna feel like you're just another name on a roster, and
Mhm.
he has never made me feel like that once.
That's terrific. That's really cool. I'm glad to hear that. And yeah, it sounds like it was good coach, switch for
He's
you.
wonderful.
Yeah, that's terrific. I'm really glad to hear that. Um one thing I was curious about, do you have a stage weight that you're aiming for this year? And I was curious if you had what was your stage weight last year?
Last year, I was low 140s, and honestly, like, we're gonna be right around there again, but
Hmm,
we'll be leaner and we're bigger. So,
really?
I don't
Nice.
know, like, I put on a good amount of tissue over off season, like, significant growth, to my back and my legs and glutes. So, we're hoping to be a little bit leaner with a little more size, so it's gonna be right in there.
And what's your height again?
5'4".
5'4". Oh, very cool. That's awesome. Yeah. No, yeah, it seems like you've put a lot of like density in your back for sure. That's
Yeah.
really impressive.
Yeah, my back is it's special.
I know. Yeah. I know. It's great. Yeah. And I do think that that's your back's going to stand out on the stage for sure.
I'm hoping.
Yeah, definitely. Your lats have definitely improved a lot. Seems like you've got a wider back now.
Yeah. It makes clothing complicated, but I'm okay with that. I like it. I'm proud of it.
Oh yeah. No, that's nothing to be ashamed of for sure. Um, and you could just like She-Hulk out of the shirt or whatever.
There you go. See, we this is like a sidebar. We have an Indian wedding to go or celebration to go to like right after the shows are done.
Uh-huh.
And our friend is going to India and he's like, I'll pick up like your sari, like your outfit to wear. And I was like, you better make it real loose. And he was like, I already know. He's like, it's gotta be wide up top, narrow on the bottom. I said, that's right. So
That's awesome. I bet that'll be fun too, going to Indian wedding. I bet
I've never been to any sort of Indian celebration, but I don't know. It's gonna be fun.
I've seen pictures and videos. They look like fun and the
They're
dancing
very
and
elaborate.
yeah.
So,
I like the dancing and the music too. It's pretty
oh
dynamic.
yeah.
Fun, yeah. That's fun. That's gonna be very cool. You're gonna have to practice some Indian dances, I think.
Yeah, I'll just flex on them, be like, is this not it? No. Okay.
Oh man, that's awesome. I was curious, like, how is your husband Jay doing? And he seems very supportive of your bodybuilding efforts.
He is. This prep has been honestly like easier on the family in general. Again, like I don't really get mean, I don't get cranky, but I think because I have framed it as like this is the easiest thing to control, it's taken stress, out of my mind immediately.
Hmm.
As I've gotten like close to the show, I do go to bed a little bit earlier, so we don't get as much like time without children together before bed, but
Hmm.
he gets it and um, like I said, like he's coming to Florida with me for that show and like we already have like things planned, like my birthday's in like a week and a half. And he's like, we're gonna celebrate when you're done. So I don't know. He's been really supportive and it's nice. It's made it very easy this year. Last year when the boys were a little bit younger, things were a little bit more stressful. Being 2.5 instead of like a year makes a massive difference with stress. So
Yes. Oh, I bet. Yeah, you're right. And your one son has disability, I think, doesn't he?
he so Luke had a really rough birth and nothing's been diagnosed, but so when he was born, it was natural delivery. Colin was born first. Lucas started losing oxygen. So for
Mm-hmm.
16 minutes, he had no oxygen, so he's lucky to be alive.
Oh, oh my God.
So they
Wow.
treated him for ischemia, so swelling of the brain. They didn't see any permanent side effects based on like scans after that, but that
Hmm.
doesn't mean there's not like residual effects.
Yeah.
So within like the last 2.5 years, this is like the side of me people don't know a lot about. I'm okay talking about it though, but
Okay.
like it's been like he didn't walk until he was 17 months. He didn't say his first word till he was almost two. He was evaluated for like cerebral palsy that was negative. Like they couldn't, instead of taking responsibility, the doctor's like, well, we're going to do literally thousands of genetic tests on him to see what's wrong. There's literally nothing. He has a clean slate. Like
Good.
the child had no oxygen for a quarter of an hour.
Yeah.
So, but he is such a trooper. Like he's graduated from PT and OT. He's in speech therapy, but that's common with all children.
Yeah. Sure.
And
Yeah.
then he just had surgery, gosh, what, 3 weeks ago? His feet were kind of shaped inward, not club foot, but like very similar
Hmm.
because where he was like in utero, he's like shoved up in my ribs, and that's just how his bones formed. So
Oh,
he's
really?
currently in double cast on his feet. They corrected that. Those come off on the 26th. But yeah, Luca's great. It's hard having twins or like multiple children in general. Watching Colin progress at an advanced rate and then Luca having to really work to catch up.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
we don't compare, but it's just something you watch. You're like, well, one does this and this one does not.
Hmm.
But like that is my focus. Like, yes, bodybuilding is I always give it 100%, but it's like I have a daughter who is excelling in all things. Colin's very smart and athletic. And then
Yeah.
I've got Luca who is just as gifted. It's just been a lot of extra work. And again, like I don't post about it a lot. Just
Yeah.
I mean, people, I don't know if they're open to it or want to know about it, but like that is like my daily challenge is, are we doing enough to catch Luke up? Is he in enough therapies? Is he in too much? Are we not doing enough? And
Yeah, I understand
but
that.
yeah, I mean the kids are great. So and they get along so well and they love and care about each other a lot. So
That's great. They're
it's
adorable too.
special.
They're so
Yeah.
cute. Yeah, I love the pictures
Thank
you post
you.
of them, and I'm glad to hear.
They're wild.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah, I can tell in some of the pictures and videos you post, but they're so cute, and I'm glad to hear
Thank
that
you.
it's Luca, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm glad that Luca's doing better too. It just sounds like he's
thank you.
improving, and yeah, he's
He is. I just, it's, as a parent, you're like, I just want life to be easy for him. And
yeah,
it hasn't been, but he's young enough, he doesn't like understand. Like after his surgery, he woke up with these casts on his feet and he was just angry.
'cause-
I was like, buddy, it's okay, but he can walk in them. They give him like these little shoes to put on them, and
oh, I see. Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
he's like,
it's been an interesting summer. And then Olivia broke her arm at summer camp like a week after his surgery. So
oh, yeah.
that's just life. That's when these people who are 22 years old who compete have nothing to worry about. When they're like, this is so hard. I'm like, I will trade you lives for
Yeah.
1 week of prep and then we can talk.
Oh yeah, no, I admire the muscle mamas the most because I mean, that's just it's hard to juggle with kids for sure, especially
I
three
mean,
kids, you know.
yeah, bodybuilding's hard, mom life is hard. You put the two together and like I never complain about, yeah, I'm tired, but it's like this is my family. Like,
Hmm.
we chose them. They chose us. The
Yeah,
sport is just it's just a sport.
you're
So,
just a glutton for punishment, aren't you? No, I'm just kidding.
of course.
No, I'm just teasing. No, that's awesome. I think kids are wonderful and they're so cute too. You can't deny the cuteness. Um, I was curious, what do you think of the competitive season so far? Because there's been a lot of amazing competitors like Susan Graham and Natalie Wolf and Anna
Oh
Harias
yeah.
that are
It's
going.
it's definitely been competitive. Like everyone's coming at a good level, which is excellent.
Yeah,
It's always interesting to me though, like the top five at shows, it's never like all just size. It's never all just conditioning. Like,
yeah,
it'll be like one or two massive women and then like the rest are like closer to my size, but with great conditioning.
hmm,
So, like we've talked about before and people in general, like with this sport, you can't control who shows up, but what you can control is your off season and then your conditioning on show day.
yeah,
So, I could get inside I actually started to do this last night. Justin would tell you this. Like, I was watching the Atlanta Pro. I'm like, these women, some of them are huge.
oh
But like
yeah,
Autumn's similar to my size, if not, she and I are right there.
yeah,
In size. And Justin was like, Katie, like he didn't say this, but I know he went to be like, just stop watching social media.
hmm,
He's like, we know what we're bringing, and that's it. So,
hmm, yeah,
um, but yeah, I mean, it's been a very competitive season so far in all the women's divisions. So,
yeah, that's true. I was pleased, like we talked about earlier before the call or before recording, that there's been more competitors showing up for women's physique now, like 22 competitors at Atlanta versus like three for St. Louis, just
oh
very
yeah.
few early on, but
And
I,
even like what Optimum only had what 6 or 7?
seven, I
Like
think. Yeah.
that was small. Like
Yeah.
Texas was huge last year, and I'm sure, with Sarah backing women's physique again, I
Yeah.
mean, like she does amazing things for her division. So
Yeah. I
I
agree.
wish more people got on board. Like I wish Arnold actually wanted us at the pro show, but
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
its
no.
own thing.
That's your backyard too in Columbus, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Literally, it's like 11 minutes door to door of the expo. So
I know. I'm really disappointed with the Arnold, and why they can even consider it a top tier show is perplexing to me because they cut out half the divisions, just like
yeah.
you did. Yeah.
It's literally like having nationals without divisions for people to turn pro in. It just
Yeah,
doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
I know. It's really, yeah, I don't like that at all. And I don't understand why it's that way either. And you're right, probably Arnold could put up the prize money himself because he's probably got a shitload of money, to
Oh, I'm sure. Like, and I don't know if you've been to the expo, but that thing grows so much every year. Like, it's not just bodybuilding anymore. Like,
yeah.
gosh, there was like jousting this year. There was slap fighting. There's pole, what is it? Pole fitness. pole dancing. Like it's weird, but it's everyone's got their own thing, and if you want to call it a sport, go for it.
Yeah, I don't get the slap fighting. You take away women's physique and you got slap fighting. Like that doesn't make any
I mean,
sense.
we can hit each other on stage if people want that. Like nobody in the division would do that, but if that's what they need for like attention, sure, we'll do it.
I was thinking about having like some wrestling style beefs, like Macho Man Savage, talking about Hulk Hogan and I'm calling you out, Hulk Hogan, something like that,
I think
like
that's great.
that'd be cool. It could be like the promo where they're backstage and they ignore that there's a cameraman nearby and
Oh
they're
yeah.
talking and the audience is watching and it's like so cheesy. But yeah, that cheesy wrestling stuff would be kind of funny actually.
And again, like all these women in this division, though, everyone's so sweet.
Yeah,
So,
that's
I
true.
mean, every female competitor I've met in women's physique, like everyone's so kind.
If they did do it, it'd have to be a fake beef, I think. It wouldn't be real beef.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's beef out there that exists, but I haven't seen it yet. So,
Oh man. I was curious if you find it hard to keep up with the demands of social media now that you've kind of raised your profile, or do you have a lot of fans
um,
reaching out to you?
I don't stress about it too much. Like I'll post and I started posting like training videos. I mean, I have a lot of clients who want to know how I train and people, will ask questions, like especially like you mentioned, my back's put on good size. People want to say like, what do you do? Um, but I don't feel like any pressure for it. Like I'll get weird messages that I just promptly block and delete.
Yeah.
People are strange on social media. They're like, "Oh, I'm behind a phone, so I can ask outlandish things." But I mean, if you look at my profile, it's literally my family and bodybuilding, like, and when it's off season food.
Uh-huh.
But I mean, that's what it comes down to for me. It's like my family first, and then my clients, my business, and me as a competitor.
That's
I
cool.
mean, it's social media is whatever, and I think being a little bit older, not like 25.
Yeah.
I mean, I was in college when the Facebook came out and Instagram came out. And I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
But yeah,
It it has
there's
kind
not
of
really pressure. I just post as we go. So
that's cool. Yeah. I think that's good attitude about it too. And it can be kind of a wasteland sometimes, so you
yeah,
just gotta
I
be.
think it has to be organic for people to come off as being genuine too.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I just for the fans that are listening out there, just y'all need to behave and not be creepy. That's you know,
No creepy, you get blocked. That's a quick block on mine.
okay, good, good. Yeah, fans need to hear that shit because they need to behave, they don't need to be
Oh
doing
yeah.
stupid shit like that. One thing, I was curious I can't remember if you have any sponsors, if you have any sponsors you'd like to shout out.
My suit maker, SS Custom Suits, Kayla, she is and was my first sponsor. She's based in Columbus. She does suits literally worldwide for competitors.
Okay.
And God, when I started competing again in 2019, so after I had Olivia, like I had taken a couple years off, and I was like, you know what, I want to do a show. So 6 months after I competed, I reached out to her. I was like, I need a suit. And then I missed my pro card that year by a place. So it was like 8 months from giving birth to Olivia to almost turning pro. But fast forward, so 2020, she made me a suit again. And she used to have this thing in place where if you turn pro wearing her suit, you got a sponsorship if she likes you.
Oh,
Um,
nice. Very
so
good.
she is wonderful, and Kayla puts so much time into every single suit she makes. We are making a new one this year, and it's going to be beautiful, and I cannot wait. So
Terrific. That's great. I'm
yeah,
excited
so I've
to
got
see it.
Kayla, and then Panda Supplements. I worked with them at the Arnold as well. They're based out in Arizona. They're a new-ish supplement company. They're growing very quickly. They kind of got established in 2020, right when the pandemic was like peaking, which was great timing. But the guys who own the company, it's a smaller like ownership. They take great care of me. So
That's terrific. That's great. It seems like you do some like baked goods sometimes, don't you? Or is that
um
the nut butter?
yeah, so one of my friends up in Wisconsin, the Butcher Shop Bake Company, he owns that. So like off season, he'll send some stuff, and
Mm.
he actually launched like a new line of protein cookies. He sent me some. They're sitting in my freezer with the macros on them. Those will be like consumed in September.
Oh,
So
nice. Yeah, post show. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
not that person that people are like, "What do you want to eat after the show?" I'm like, "I don't know. It's in a month. Ask me like," and I do not get a cheat meal after Texas because we're right back on to peak week. So,
Yeah, that's true.
but it's okay because I get to be on a beach in Florida eating seafood with my family after the show.
Yeah,
So I will take that over barbecue any day.
it'll be beautiful. That's true. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, definitely. And eating seafood would be nice. Fresh seafood is really
Oh,
good.
it's the best. It's the
Yeah.
best.
No, that's awesome. Yeah, I think you're gonna have a great time there. Um, and I wanted to mention just bad rap real quick. So I got that. Oh, if I can show it.
Oh, there
But
you go. Love
but
the
that
shirt.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, Eunice and JoJo that do Bad Rap are really supportive of women's bodybuilding, and they're helping pay like for Sherry's travel expenses and stuff like that. So yeah, so I really admire what they do, that they give back to the bodybuilding industry and
Absolutely.
women in particular, not just, not for men. So I think that's great. So I was curious if there's anyone else you'd like to shout out, or if there's anybody you're really fangirling right now with
Fangirling, not really. I mean, I just like following the sport as a whole, but Justin is just he is the backbone here. And then, Justin did my programming and it was kind of like at a standstill. So I have a good friend here in Columbus. His name is Gary Pearson. He is an athletic trainer. So I reached out to him. I was like, I just need something to change up my training. So we've been doing my programming for about 7 weeks now, and it has been like that cherry on top of this prep. Like in those 7 weeks, it's been like those perfect touches of what I needed in my training. And of course, at this point of prep, like things kind of start slowing down in the gym progressively, but I'm also so hard headed safely. I will not injure myself, but like the programming has been so good.
hmm,
And like he, just like Justin, Gary really listens to me, my feedback. Like I talked to him about my recovery. So, I've got Justin, I've got Gary, I have my family, and then my close group of friends. And like it takes a village. I posted this like 2 days ago. Like this sport takes a village. Yes, it's an independent sport. You're the only one who decides, am I going to follow my plans today? Am I going to follow them tomorrow? But you need your coach. You need someone to push your programming. You need support.
hmm,
Whether it's like I haven't done this, but like if I was being an asshole and eating off diet, which I have not done, my husband would be like, "What are you doing?"
hmm,
And he would check me. Or I have a friend who's a fitness pro, Savannah Bycheck. Like she's competing in Tampa in
hmm,
fitness. Like we balance each other out. When I'm tired, she pushes me, and vice versa. So it's just again, it takes a village. So like Gary, Justin, my family, and my friends.
hmm.
So
Terrific.
those are my people.
That's great. Yeah, and I think that yeah, you're right about taking a village, even though it's considered an individual sport, but it takes all these people to make it
Oh
work,
yeah.
get viable. That's great. No, I appreciate that. Just one more question. Just
Sure.
in terms of your coaching business, do you have room for more clients? And
I
what do you?
do. I do. And I do both competitors and lifestyle clients. And I also work with marathoners and triathletes. Like I used to run marathons,
Yeah.
hence my handle on Instagram. I just couldn't get rid of that running part.
Uh-huh.
So I help people with their programs. Like I have a client who he just competed in men's physique, qualified for nationals. We're going to compete next year at nationals for him. But
Okay.
he wants to do a half marathon. He used to play soccer very competitively. So
Hmm.
we have structured his programming so he's lifting, growing, eating enough, and doing like 3 runs a week to be ready for this race.
Really?
So,
Wow.
yes, so I've got room for clients of all kinds.
Yeah.
I enjoy it, and I love working with moms. So it's a special
And
kind of demographic there.
and people would just send you a DM. It's
Yep,
younger bodies is the name of the
that's correct.
yeah. Okay, very cool. Well, I think that's all I had for you. Is there anything that I missed that you wanted to discuss?
I don't think so. I'm grateful for people like you in this community. The fitness community is small, but it's very intricate and tight knit. And having support of people who don't even, initially know us on a personal level means so much, especially women's physique. We're a very small little family of competitors, so it's very appreciated. So thank you.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that, and I admire you guys. Y'all are much stronger than me to do what you do. especially being
Hey,
a
you
muscle.
you could do it. You could do it.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I thought about it, but I need to, yeah, we'll have to see. But as a muscle mama, though, I think it's especially tough. So I think that's what you do is very admirable. So, and
I appreciate that.
and inspirational too. So thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks. Well, I'll try to get this posted soon. Could
Okay,
you give me a quick double bicep?
sure.
Wow, Katie, looking terrific. Thank you. You
Thank
look
you.
awesome.
Couple more weeks, so we'll see how it all looks at the end there.
Oh, you're gonna look great. Yeah, I'm excited
Thank you.
for you, definitely. I'll be rooting for you from afar. So
Thank you.
thank you, Katie.